Hello children, welcome to class 4. In today's class we are going to study newspaper design. See, I have shared my screen. This is the front page of Business Line newspaper, and this is Young India. See, every newspaper, as we discussed last class, style sheet, every newspaper has its own character. So readers are used to this individuality of their daily newspaper. So you know the individuality of your newspaper that you are reading daily. It could be any regional newspaper or it could be any national newspaper. But you know the individuality of your daily paper. The important thing is consistency. So consistency in printing certain details like, this nameplate title. So this is Indian Express. This is Hindustan Times. So the main thing is, as I said, consistency in printing certain details in a particular manner not only increases the paper's credibility but also encourages the reader to seek the same characteristic delivery of news day after day. So that's the main important point. So the Indian Express, this is the front page. This is Business Line. You can see the difference of this Business Line and Indian Express. So in that sense, the paper's style helps it to retain its established circulation also. So a style sheet, which we discussed in last class, or a style book, is actually a list of do's and don'ts codified guidelines on various aspects of placing matter. See how matter this is the first news story. So where this news story is placed, and this is Indian Express. In Business Line, you can see the matter that is placed here, so in the paper. So while most Western newspapers have a printed style sheet or book which the editorial staff can consult when in doubt, in case of most Indian newspapers, the style book used to be like the British Constitution, handwritten a compendium of conventions which have accumulated over the years. So papers with no in-house style book can follow news agency style sheets like the PTI style book. And the most acclaimed, as we discussed last class, is the Associated Press or United Press International style book. And apart from defining the character of a newspaper, the style book becomes imperative in the smooth functioning of its day-to-day production. Like changing staff, changing shifts and changing technology along with the changing design and linguistic trends can together wreak on the production process. So differing writing styles, choice of type, layout, display, and a number of other factors can make the paper, unrecognizable. So these changes can cause clash or confusion and hold up the works. So a style sheet makes all the staff conform to certain set guidelines. So newspaper design, this is what we are going to focus in today's class. See, design systems, that is, there are two types of design systems, traditional and modern. Okay, there are two types of newspaper designs or design systems. One is traditional and modern. So traditional page designs reflect years and experience and practice. Okay, like the nameplates are almost always nameplates. This is the nameplate of any newspaper. Indian Express, the Hindustan Times, Business Line or Young India. So the nameplates are almost always at the top of the front page. Okay, so this is the traditional design. So if you see nameplates in any newspaper, always at the top of the front page, sometimes flanked by small boxes called ears. So these are the small boxes called ears. E-A-R-S. Yes, see, small boxes called ears. So on rare occasions, a single story might be placed on top as a skyline story. That is called skyline story, but it is only a rare option. See, sometimes this is the skyline story. A single story might be placed on top. So this is called skyline story. So this is actually traditional design. So all important stories are placed in top half of the front above fold. So headlines are graded with the larger ones placed at the top. Headlines are graded with larger ones. See, these headlines are graded with larger ones placed at the top. So the lead story, this is the lead story. The lead story or the most important one is usually placed at the upper left corner of the front page. Okay, the lead story will be placed at the upper left corner of the front page. Datelines, you know the datelines. So these are datelines. So datelines almost always have rules above and below them on the front page. Sometimes there is only a single rule. So stories are usually wrapped from left to right. You can see stories are actually usually wrapped from left to right. So often text wraps appear under 2 or 3 column headlines. So you must know column. This is single column. This is 1 column, 2, 3. Okay, this is 1 column. This is 1 column. This is 1, 2, 3, 4. So this particular news got 3 column. 3 column news story. 1, 2, 3. And this main story got 1, 2. So this is a 2 column news story and this is 3 column. So text legs or so you must know the column story. So this is, as I said, 1 column. So one might have noticed the recent changes in the appearance of our newspapers. What are the visible changes intended to satisfy readers' expectations and to compete with rival newspapers and other media? Can you guess? So the first is colorful, bold headlines. So this is the first expectation. Colorful, bold headlines. Second is color photographs and more line arts and illustrative materials like, infographics and use of more white spaces, boxes and many other innovative designs are used excessively in newspapers during recent years. So newspaper layout is the framework of the newspaper design. It is the artwork to make every page or every story readable and interesting to every reader. So it is an excellent package to seduce the readers to look at the contents. And here in this newspaper design, sub-editor he or she plays a prominent role in designing newspaper. He gives instruction to the layout editor. And nowadays if you see, in some newspapers, the sub-editor himself or herself designs pages with computer-aided design. That is CAD. We call it CAD, C-A-D. That is computer-aided design. So layout is the plan of arrangement. So what is layout? Layout is the plan of arrangement of the copy, headlines, illustrations and advertisements as they appear on a finished page. So that is layout. So what is a layout? It is the arrangement of the copy like headlines, illustration and advertisements as they appear on a finished page. So to make up a page means to arrange actual page. That is page makeup. To arrange actual page. That is page makeup. And most often the 3 terms page layout, page makeup or page design. So I have titled today's class as page newspaper design. And the 3 terms that we use, page layout, page makeup or page design. Okay, these are the 3 terms that we use or used interchangeably. So the skeleton of a newspaper, of the newspaper page or rough newspaper design is called dummy. So the design of each page is called pagination. So the design of each page is called pagination. So leading professionals like DTP packages used for newspaper pagination or Quark Express and Adobe PageMaker. I believe you know Adobe PageMaker. So this is the package that is used, Adobe PageMaker and Adobe InDesign. And free software desktop publishing packages are used for designing small and medium scale newspapers. Scribus is the DTP software released under GNU platform. And if you see the front page is very important in any newspaper. That is called the face of a newspaper. So this front page. So this is the showcase of a newspaper. So if the front page is attractive, the newspaper sells. Okay. So the four elements of attraction that go into the makeup of this front page are, freshness, surprise, sensation and attention. So that is the four elements that go into this front page. What are the four elements? Freshness, surprise, sensation and attention. So freshness this is attained through a selection of lively news and their appropriate display. So you must know where, that is sub-editor must know where to display this news, the first news. Okay. So it is attained through a selection of lively news and their appropriate display. And second is surprise. This is inherent in news. So a good front page will have an adequate number of news with surprise. You can see front page. You can even refer tomorrow's newspaper. So a front page will have an adequate number of news with surprise. But too many surprises can repel a reader. So that is also you have to look at. Next, third important point is sensation. So strong news points create sensation. Okay. Strong news points create sensation. So occasional use of sensation is advantageous. Overdoing sensation day after day erodes the newspaper's credibility. So you have to be careful. Next, fourth important point is attention. So a judicious and artistic distribution of interesting and eye-catching elements on the page, keeping in mind the principles of eye movement, will help grab the reader's attention and retain it. So a story intro must touch its headline. So this is the intro of any story, the lead, we call it lead. So this lead or the intro, a story's intro or lead must touch its headline. There should be connection between this lead and the headline. So pictures must not come between them. You have to be very careful. Pictures must not come in between the lead and headline. You cannot put picture between the headline and the lead. The star diagram of eye movement is an integrated page. In an integrated page can act as a guide to the placement of stories. So star diagram, this is how we read. The eye movement of the reader is very important. Star diagram of eye movement in an integrated page can act as a guide to the placement of the stories. So this is how we read. This is the first story, second story, and then we come down and then we go to this corner. So that is called star movement. How do we read? First this side and we meet to this top right, then down, then this corner. So this is called star diagram of eye movement. Star diagram of eye movement, pyramid. So this is principles of layout. This is the next topic. So the layout of a newspaper is not a decoration but scientific management of the content and space. So that is newspaper layout. So it is not decoration, it is scientific management of the content and space. So as we have already seen, page layout, page makeup or page design are used interchangeably. So now this page layout, we are going to study the principles of this page layout. So the purpose of layout or design can be summarized like, I have listed a few points here. First is to attract the potential reader by creating a beautiful and dynamic visual pattern. So that is the first purpose. To attract the potential reader by creating a beautiful and dynamic visual pattern. Next is to signpost various items. Remaining we will see in next class. Thank you.